If you live in the United States, you already know the most dangerous lie ever told isn't "the check is in the mail" or "I'll call you back." It's three innocent words that have quietly ruined more lives than bad credit and Taco Bell at 2 a.m. Just 15 more minutes. That's it. That's the spell. That's the psychological scam so smooth it doesn't even feel like a scam. It feels reasonable, friendly, responsible, like you're being gentle with yourself. You're not. You're getting robbed. Because in America, just 15 more minutes is never 15 minutes. It's a time portal. You say it at 11:45 p.m. and suddenly it's 2:37 a.m., your phone is at 3%, your brain is fried, and tomorrow already hates you. And the crazy part? You knew it would happen. You always know. But you say it anyway. Because that phrase doesn't come from logic. It comes from your tired brain negotiating like a shady used car salesman. Come on, it says. You earned it. Just one more video, one more episode, one more scroll, one more game, one more "I'll start after this." That's not rest. That's delay disguised as kindness. Americans love to act like time just disappears on its own, like it slipped on a banana peel and fell into the void. No, time didn't vanish. You traded it. Very calmly, very politely, in tiny chunks you thought didn't matter. That's why this trick works. 15 minutes feels harmless. 15 minutes feels small. 15 minutes feels like nothing. And that's exactly why it eats your entire life one snack-sized lie at a time. Because nobody ever ruined their life in one big dramatic decision. Nobody woke up and said, "Today I will completely derail my future." They said, "Nah, just 15 more minutes." 15 more minutes in bed turns into skipping the gym. Skipping the gym turns into "I'll go tomorrow." Tomorrow turns into next week. Next week turns into "I should really get back into shape." And somehow that sentence has been living in your head since 2016. And it's not just sleep. Americans use just 15 more minutes for everything. Work, Netflix, YouTube, video games, scrolling, snacks, avoiding emails, avoiding phone calls, avoiding that one task that would actually move your life forward. You'll sit there, fully aware that you should stop, and still whisper to yourself like a bedtime story. Just 15 more minutes. That's not self-care. That's self-sabotage with a soft voice. Your brain loves this trick because it avoids pain without triggering guilt. You're not quitting. You're not giving up. You're just postponing. Temporarily. Forever. And the funniest part? You never use this phrase for good things. You never say, "just 15 more minutes of saving money." You never say, "just 15 more minutes of studying." You never say, "just 15 more minutes of sleep prep so I wake up rested." No, it's always 15 more minutes of something that absolutely does not need 15 more minutes. And America is the perfect environment for the scam, because everything here is built to stretch time until it snaps. Autoplay. Endless scroll. Next episode in 5 seconds. Notifications that feel urgent but mean nothing. Your environment is basically a casino designed for your attention, and just 15 more minutes is how the house keeps you at the table. You tell yourself you're relaxing, but your body isn't relaxing. Your brain isn't resting. You're just sedated, distracted enough to forget what you were supposed to do. That's why when those 15 minutes are over, you don't feel refreshed. You feel worse. You feel heavier, groggier, more annoyed, like you somehow owe the universe productivity interest. And then comes the real damage. Tomorrow. Tomorrow shows up early. Tomorrow doesn't care about your excuses. Tomorrow is unforgiving. Tomorrow remembers everything you stole from it last night. You wake up tired, you rush, you're late, you skip things, you're irritable. You're behind before the day even starts. And then at night, you do it again. Because now, you deserve it. That's the loop. That's the trap. That's the con. And here's the psychological kicker nobody tells you. Every time you say, "just 15 more minutes," you're training your brain not to trust your own decisions. You say you'll stop, and you don't. You promise yourself, "after this," and you lie. Over and over. So your brain learns something dangerous. Your intentions don't mean anything. That's why starting things feels harder. That's why discipline feels exhausting. That's why motivation feels fake. Because your brain has receipts. It remembers every broken deal you made with yourself. And the more tired you are, the easier this lie becomes. Because fatigue kills long-term thinking. When you're exhausted, your brain doesn't care about next week. It cares about right now. So, just 15 more minutes becomes your favorite drug. Cheap, legal, always available. Side effects include regret and a messed up life rhythm. And Americans are champions at this because we treat exhaustion like a personality trait. We brag about it. I only slept 4 hours. Cool. You want a trophy or a therapist? We confuse pushing ourselves with progressing. We confuse staying up late with being productive. We confuse being busy with moving forward. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of the time, those extra 15 minutes aren't stolen from your schedule. They're stolen from your future energy. You're borrowing against tomorrow with terrible interest rates. And if you're listening to this right now thinking, wow, this is accurate, good. That means your brain is awake. This is actually the perfect moment to do something most people don't. Pause. Not tomorrow, not after the next video, not after just 15 more minutes, right now. And yeah, this is also the exact moment where if this kind of content hits a little too close to home, you probably want more of it popping up in your feed. So do your future self a favor and subscribe while your brain is still conscious. Not later, not after autoplay drags you somewhere else. Right now is when decisions actually stick. Because once the next video starts, your brain will absolutely try to negotiate again. It'll say, I'll do it after this. And you already know how that ends. The real fix for the 15 more minutes lie isn't discipline, it's honesty. The moment you hear yourself say it, that's your cue. That's the alarm bell. That's your brain quietly admitting, I don't want to stop, but I should. And instead of negotiating, you end the conversation. Not dramatically, not angrily, just end it. Because every time you beat that lie once, your brain relearns something powerful. When I decide, I mean it. And that's how you slowly get your life back, not in big heroic moves, but in tiny moments where you don't let 15 minutes steal 6 months. So the next time you catch yourself saying, just 15 more minutes, smile. You spotted the scam. Now, shut it down before it charges interest again.